to the show, please hit the subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? Comment on the video when it's done. Let me know your thoughts, your opinions, and share the video with like-minded people. Also hit the like button. Today we got a special guest, Chris from HT Logistics 3434. And I'll let him introduce himself and tell you about his channel and the purpose of his channel and everything else.
All right, brother. I appreciate you having me on. I do appreciate it. Basically, my channel is just a trucking channel for introductory level on how to be, your own boss. Um, I specialize in, money strategies as far as people that want to save money for a truck, people that want to learn more about the actual industry as far as like what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and also talk a lot about traveling as well. Not only just trucking, but when we work hard, we like to play a little harder too. So
That's right. That's right. So speaking of traveling, man, where you at in the world right about now?
right now, I am in Lubbock, Texas. I don't know much about it, but I got delivered in the morning. So
Oh, so you basically you sitting waiting till tomorrow.
yep, pretty much. I just got here about 20 minutes ago. Deliver this in the morning, and then I'm going back. Probably back home, just in time for the holiday.
Okay, okay. All right. So can you tell like guys that's interested in getting into the business, what are some of the important things that they got to do to get started in this business, man?
Well, number one, and this is what I stress a lot on my channel about having your money right. You don't really want a lot of baggage if you want to get in this, and it depends on what you want to do. Now, if you're just talking about they want to get in as a company driver, then all they got to make sure is before they start applying for jobs, make sure your driving record's good, because these companies they're ran by these big insurance companies, and that's going to make or break whether you get hired on. But as far as like if they want to get in the industry and then they want to move on to becoming owner operator or independent or something like that, at that point, that's when you just got to have your money right before you make the move.
All right. Is that something they can do right away, or they got to have experience to be an owner operator?
Really, I recommend experience at least of a year or 2 years of trucking because it gives you an opportunity to know if you really want to do this. Because a lot of people they might look at these guys on YouTube, these truckers that say that I own my own truck or I have my authority, but those guys been doing it for a long time. Like myself, I got 11 and a half years. So if I've been in it this long, that's probably what I like to do. So me moving to the next level becoming an owner operator, that was just gonna happen because I'm not gonna just always keep working for somebody. Um, but most of the time, I tell guys get 1 or 2 years because it allows you to have experience. Plus, you can start saving money. You start saving money for a truck. Start save. You can start making connections out here, and then you're gonna get out here and start making some good money. And then at that point, the career is in your hands. At that point,
Okay. All right. All right. Because I know a few brothers in the trucking game myself, man, and some of them doing well, man. Some of them up and down. And I hear a lot of people say, man, they talk about it. And in my opinion, I think some people just they don't understand business and money, because they get into business and then they become owner operators and they end up failing because they don't have that nest egg. Maybe the truck broke down, or maybe they couldn't work for a week. Their rent was due. It's always something. You know what I'm saying? So, do you run
Mhm.
across that a lot with people that start their own business? Do they fail? What's the average trucker that get in the business?
Well, and I'm just going off what Google has talked about when it comes to small business because even though we are, we buy a truck, you're still a small business owner. And they say most small businesses are done within the first 3 to 5 years. And there's three common reasons why they're done. Number one is underfunded. That's why I said you got to have your money right. Number two, lack of knowledge. People don't have experience in the market that they're investing into. So therefore, they can't adapt or counter how the market's going. And then finally, number three, real simple, people don't have no patience. I tell people all the time, you should delay your self gratification, save more money, learn more of what you want to do in trucking. As far as when you go out and get your own truck, you have a real plan. I have a saying that I tell people all the time on my channel. You gotta, uh, work your plan. I'm sorry, make your plan, work your plan, and make your plan work. That's a saying I tell people all the time because, as Bobby D would tell people, if you don't have a plan, then the only plan you have is to fail. And most people, that's why they do get into the owner operator game and they come up short because they don't focus on the problems that they had before they got the truck, which is money management, understanding what they're going to do, and having a realistic plan that they can succeed at.
Okay, okay. Shout out to Brian Bourne, man. He got a question for you. I got another question in the chat for you, but I'm take this one first. Appreciate the super chat, brother. He said, "Is it true that the tires are expensive and you run through them as fast as the owner operators?"
No, no. I mean, like tires can be pricey, yes, but normally, I guess I'll give y'all a quick education on tires. Normally, whatever set of tires you buy should last you up to at least 75,000 miles. You may or may not get that. It's gonna all depend on how you drive. If you're one of those people like these bull haulers that drive 90 miles an hour, you're probably not gonna keep the tire that long. But mainly, you're looking for a price range. The tires can go between 2,500 and $4,000, depending on what brand you want. It's all about the brand, from a Chinese tire all the way up to the top of the dog or the top line, which is Michelin. And at that point, if like a lot of people, they actually struggle with the tire game simply because they don't even check the air in it every day. I mean, a lot of these a lot of these problems can be prevented just by doing a pre-trip and a post-trip. And I think you should invest more time into that when you own it. You know what I'm saying? If I'm about to drop 2,500 or $3,000 on tires, I'm gonna keep it as long as I can.
So that's for a whole set, though, right?
Yeah, you get eight drives. Now, if you want to do all 10, you might be looking at, like I said, 4,000. That's the front two, the steer tires, and then you get the eight drives, so it'd be 10 tires.
And how many miles they can get probably if you
They
buy 'em?
should they supposed to be at least 75,000, but it just really depends on the driver. Some people they go through tires every year. You can buy a brand new tire and they'll go through them every year. Some people they can keep their drives for almost a year and a half, 2 years. It just depends on how many miles you're driving.
All right. A lot of time you see on the highway, man, the tires be coming off, man. What's the deal to that, man? They waiting too long to change, or shit just
Either
happened?
that, yeah, either that, or I mean, I guess all the above. Stuff happens. A lot of times, a lot of these owner operators they get real cheap and neglectful with their equipment, so they'll let the tire go all the way down to where you can see the wire. Which is not even legal at that point. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of mainly it's because people don't check their air. That's mainly it. They don't get out because I mean, think about it. Do you want to go out in 10-degree weather and go through all the tires and check the air? No. That's why I recommend all the time. There's a truck stop called Love's, um, and they have a tire pass. And I tell people all the time, if you're that lazy to check your tires, just go once a week to Love's Tire Pass. I think it's $10, and they'll check all your tires for you. you know,
Well, I guess they could be a little time consuming, but it's worth it because it's gonna cost you money. I
right?
mean, so you talking about checking all of how many tires on the truck? Or what?
18.
18. Well, 18
Yeah.
will. So so you recommend getting your own trailer, or how did that all that deal work, bro?
I do recommend that if you want, like, if you're gonna be an owner operator and you want to transition to getting your own authority, I recommend that you get your own trailer and make money with that trailer first, so you can get used to it and all that. Plus, also, you're gonna have a better chance, in my opinion, on getting more money from the carrier that you. If you don't want to go under your own authority, if you just want to lease on to a carrier, you'll get more money, like more percentage of the load.
All right, all right. So what's and you know everybody want to know the most important thing. They want to know what can somebody earn starting out first year. What they gonna make and what they gonna have to go through, man.
As a company driver, you should be first year starting out between 35,000 and 55,000 as far as a company driver. As a owner operator, you can easily, we're talking gross, so we're going to talk about gross, because your net is going to determine, how you run your business. But your gross, you could be upwards of like 175,000 to 225,000 your first year on the gross side, gross. So
All right. So when you saying gross, okay. So what kind of deduction? What will be your biggest deduction? Would that be gas or what?
yeah, it's going to be fuel.
So on
That's
the
like a
average,
third. That's like a third of your income. It's fuel.
oh word. So you gonna be paying like at least $40,000 in just
Probably more than
gas
that.
alone.
No, probably more than that. If you're, it depends on what you do. Now, there's a lot of guys they don't run that hard, so they're not gonna have that bill. But like I ran, like last year, 2018, I was pretty much all over with my truck, and my fuel was like 57,000 for the year.
So all
So
this you able to write all that off though, or what?
no, yeah, there's only three major write offs you're gonna have as an owner operator. You're gonna have obviously fuel, you're gonna have maintenance, and you're gonna have something called per diem if you are not home every day. Only if you're not home every day. But if you're like on the road like me, you get something called per diem. The government allows you to have up to a certain amount of money per day, and then you get that. So
Okay. All right. That sounds like a good deal, man. So definitely if y'all have any questions or comments or anything I want to make in the chat, go ahead and and post them in the chat, and I'll try to get the good ones across so y'all get some question there. So when you're on an operator, you basically are you like tied to contracts or you kind of freelance with brokers or how does that work with you, man?
I'm just dealing with brokers. Um, but when I was an owner operator before I got my own authority, I was leased on to an actual carrier who they provided the freight, and they would either go with brokers or they also have customers that we would just pick up the freight for the customers.
Okay. All right. So you better take off work and stuff like that. I know you do a little bit of traveling yourself. So what's your company logo, man? You was telling me you had a logo.
No, it's just HT Logistics, my name. That's it.
Well, I mean, you said you had a little slogan, man.
Oh,
You got,
slogan. So
yeah.
yeah, trucking, tricking, and traveling,
Trucking, tricking,
and
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 traveling.
traveling. Yeah, that's what
Okay,
it's all about.
so you being a trucker, man, you might not have time to travel, man. Or correct me if
No,
I'm
I
wrong.
mean, no, I just make my own schedule. Like I plan on going back overseas in the latter part of the winter when it gets so cold that it's just unbearable. I don't know how cold it get down where you at, but up here in Illinois it gets pretty cold. So
Well, I'm in Atlanta, man, so it don't get crazy. You might have 5 days out the year where it's just maybe 10 degrees or 20 or something. But for the most part, man, it's 40, 50s, we don't get too cold out here.
okay.
So Frederick, he making a statement. He said he wants to be a freight broker and work from anywhere, no gas. You don't have to buy no gas and stuff. How is that part of the game? Have you ever been on that side of the game?
Not really, but if he's talking about being a freight broker, I think he's saying he ain't got to purchase no fuel. But yeah, you can do well with you can make good money being a freight broker. It's just a matter of the same way with being an owner operator, you're gonna have to get some experience. So you have to start your freight brokerage, and you're gonna have to get out here and hustle to get customers and shippers and people that will depend on you. You got to build a reputation a little bit, and then From there, though, I mean, it's to the top from there.
You got another question right here. It says, yo, HT, when you travel the world, who do you leave the trucks with? And if you still making money while you are tricking and traveling.
I have paid parking for my truck. I park my truck at a repair shop in my hometown. It's a gated repair shop. You need an access code to get in there, and I just pay $100 a month. And normally, when I am gone for extended periods of time, that's where it's at.
Okay, so you only pay $100 a month?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, from what I heard, like here in Atlanta, maybe in the inner city part, these guys been paying up to $200 a month.
Yeah, but you talking about a big city though, and Atlanta got, there's quite a bit of crime in Atlanta as far as, theft of trailers and stuff like that. So, all they doing is taking advantage of it and charging.
So you in Chicago, all right?
No, no, I'm actually towards Iowa. Like I'm right on the border between Illinois and Iowa. So
Okay. So you outside of Chicago. All right.
yeah,
Okay, then I was thinking you was in Chicago, man. I'm about to say, man,
Chicago. I'm about to say it's
it's
hard. It's
about
hard getting parking
500
up
away.
there. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, a friend of mine, he was thinking about um opening up a place where he charges the trucks to park, like buying some land, paving it out,
Hmm.
and doing it like that since they charge so much up here, you know. And that's I guess that would be another way of making money off of trucks.
Yeah, because that's one thing. If anybody's interested in doing this, that's one thing you're gonna learn when you get on your own is everybody's trying to make a dollar off you. Whether it be like charging you for overnight parking or real just bread. You see all these tolls. I mean, they be. I mean, then you got people that won't even allow you to unload your own trailer when you go and you try to make a delivery. And if they charge a lumper service and then you say no, I'll unload it myself, it's no, they won't even allow you to. They making you pay that lumper.
Really?
Yes,
You serious, man?
I mean it's
And it's
just
your truck.
yes.
You serious? I never heard of that, man. What's up with that, man? So do they pay you like some extra money to pay the lumper or what?
It depends on what you agree with whoever you got the load from. Now, if you're leased on a carrier, they're gonna cover it. But some of these brokers, nah, man, you don't get reimbursed for that. Not all, but some. They like no, that's why we gave you the good rate so that you can afford the lumper. But it's just a tax write off anyway, so it don't matter.
Damn. All right. Shout out to Markel, man. What's up, brother? He says, what's up, HT? Have a great night.
Yeah,
What's good?
that's a big homie right there.
Uh,
I see my man Jaws 2003 was in here too.
what's his name?
Jaws 2003. He
Oh,
one of the
okay. Yeah,
travel
yeah, yeah.
yeah, one of the travel people.
Yeah, he said, what you think about self-driving truck?
I don't.
Like,
That's it.
shit, why would he think about that? Hell, that's
Yeah.
they trying to put him out of business.
I don't even. By the time that really takes off, I'll probably be out of trucking by then. I mean,
So if they got
I'm,
self-driving trucks, then who the hell is going? So you saying a self-driving truck to drive to the back of a building and back the truck up to the dock that they
and they
need?
yeah, and they working hard. They working hard to do this because the first ones they made, it was just like the Uber, the self driving Uber. The self driving Ubers kept running people over. So they like, okay, we pulled that off. Same thing with these trucks. These trucks, these autonomous trucks, they call them. They can't figure out like what a human does with traffic signals and stuff like that. So one of them, you can find this on Google. I believe one of the trucks, it did something where it just veered off the route completely, and just I'm talking about like going opposite of where it's supposed to go. So they still trying to work the bugs out of it. But it seemed like to me they probably won't have it picture perfect to where they're ready to put us out of a job until I'm probably out of trucking. I'll probably be chilling in the Philippines by then. So
All right. Speaking of Philippines, man, why you like the Philippines so much, brother? What's going on out there? They
I
treat brothers good?
yeah, they that's actually one of the biggest myths about the Philippines is that they think a lot of the Caucasian people they think that when you go over there that all these women and stuff they want the Caucasian males. You got to go there to experience it. But I found out when I got there that's a lie. Them women, as long as you ain't coming over there, looking crazy. And a lot of guys they do. A lot of guys come over there and they do some high level simping. But if you go over there, you a good man, you polite. I mean, you'll notice the culture is very similar to ours, and especially with you being in the South, I see like every time I come to the South, a lot of people show hospitality, they're polite and all that. That's how it is in the Philippines.
Oh, okay. They real humble people. I got you. Now, Brother Zaba says self-driving trucks will be here maybe fully in 2 decades.
Yeah, and hopefully I'll be gone by then. if
Man,
hey, if I'm still driving 2 decades from now, then I didn't do right by my money then. Straight up.
I mean, I don't know, man. I just can't see it, man. I can't see it, man. It's just too much. There's too many elements on the road, man. You know, you got people that cut you off, and you got deers, you got. I mean, you got all kind of stuff. But I guess if anything comes in y'all way all of a sudden, you pretty much just run it over, right?
Right, yeah. I
That's
got a
the
deer guard. I got a deer guard on my truck. So, but when I get, when I upgrade, I'm gonna get a moose bumper so I can run. I'm knocking everything off the highway.
a moose bumper.
Yes, the big tall. It goes right on the front of your truck. It's a taller one because the short one is just enough height for the deer. But you get that moose bumper. I've seen guys that when they see a moose, they speed up and they bounce right off. So
So I mean, you hit a moose, I mean, you pretty much gonna kill it, right?
with that bumper, yeah, it's gonna be like playing baseball. You're just gonna just knock it off.
So
So,
y'all do the same thing with a car then, with that bump on there.
yeah, I mean, or well, the car you might have a little damage, but it's not gonna total your car. You'll still be able to drive it with that bumper. That bumper protects it from being totaled.
Oh, okay. All right. That's what's up, man. So so what's your future plans? I mean, you plan on putting any drivers on the road, or you got any plans of doing that? Or what what about that part of the game, man?
That I mean, I recommend people when they learn the business before they want to expand like that. But for me, because I enjoy too much freedom, I'm probably just going, just keep working for myself, and, make some money, and just stay to the slogan, keep trucking, keep tricking, and keep traveling. you know, you know, because
I
yeah, I don't want to like when you own a fleet, you got to micromanage people, and the last thing I want is I'm overseas doing my thing with my woman, and then I'm getting phone calls about this truck broke down or this driver quit and all these stupid problems. I just don't want to deal with that.
I know a lot of guys they lease their truck outs to companies though. Is that a good idea or no?
Now, lease as far as them in a lease purchase, no, I don't know about like if they maybe they got because like if you own a truck, if you want, you could put that truck on a company, and
Yeah.
then they can put a driver in there for you.
How's that
Um,
part of the business? You know anybody that do that?
Yeah, I know a few guys, but they're not making out like they would do better if they had their own authority. If they had their own customer base and ran their own business, they would make more money. Because the driver is going to take a good percentage of that money. Because nobody's going to drive for you unless you pay them good. So you have to pay the driver good. Then you're still going to have to deal with the percentage of that company, that carrier that you're on with. So it's just too many hands in the cookie jar. Before you get yours.
So you got a whole truck out there. You might make $400 that week, huh?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because once you pay all your expenses, yeah, it could be, yeah, I guess in a way. But some guys like it like that. They feel like they can't go out and get their own customers and stuff. They just want to take a lot of headache off. But I don't know, man. I'd rather make the effort, even if it took me a little longer. I'd rather make the effort and get all the money, you know. So
Right. But you can only drive one truck at a time.
Legally, yeah, legally.
Oh, legal. Oh shit. I got you. Yeah. So yeah, man. So that's the thing, though, man. It's just like a friend of mine, he got his own trucking business, but he says the same thing. He don't want to. He don't. He feel like he's not gonna make enough profit. But you think that the companies that hire people, do you think? I mean, they of course they probably gonna make a bigger cut than you would, but if it's kind of working for them, you don't think it could work for you?
Well, that's the problem. When these companies that when they hire people, they already have the game sold up for themselves. They have their own customer base. They have their own equipment. Their equipment is either leased. They have like a really big lease contract, or straight up they own they own everything outright. You know what I'm saying? And that's why when they bring in drivers, they can take losses because they have a lot of disposable income. When
Yeah,
you
that's true.
just starting off, when you starting off yourself, you literally like the best plan of action would be you got to have the lowest overhead to make this work. Once you have the lowest overhead, then you can afford to expand out because even if you go through drivers or you have customers that fall off or brokers that fall off, you don't have to have you don't have to have the worry of having so much to pay before you get your money. And when guys get into this lease stuff, the problem they're having is that everything has to go perfect for them to make money. You don't want to run a business like that, you know.
I mean, that's true. That's true. That's true. Um, Shout out to Brian Bourne, man. Appreciate that super chat, bro. He said people couldn't see a computer as large as a plane to fit in our pockets. Half a decade later, smart streets are coming too. Google it. Smart street grids. We will probably be in a nursing home by then. You know anything about smart streets?
Yeah, he's talking about for the autonomous, for those self-driving because they're gonna be able to communicate um, the trucks and the highways and stuff. But yeah, I'll be long gone by then. Hopefully, like I said, I'll be a retired trick by then. You know, doing my thing. So
All right, he's saying self-driving trucks are already being tested with drivers in the truck. No shit.
yeah, but see, this is the thing. Like, um, what that gentleman is talking about is that they got the autonomous trucks, but the driver takes over when it's like backing into like the dock, like what you do as a normal driver. You back in the dock or decision making. You're actually sitting. These guys are sitting in the driver's seat, but they're not doing nothing. The truck's driving. But then when it comes to like pretty much like a malfunction, because it's trying to figure out, okay, this deer just jumped out in front of us. What should we do? That's when you have to take over. They still haven't fixed that part yet. Instead of just making a hard right, flipping the truck over.
Hey, I don't think that's the move right there.
See,
What?
a lot of people are afraid of it for that reason. What does the? Because you got to remember, this is artificial intelligence. We are depending on a computer. It ain't like a driver who can make a decision, to pull over and do what he got to know. We're relying on a computer to make the right decision, and hopefully we still living after that decision.
Right. Shit. So, with these smart trucks, man, are they always gonna have drivers in them, or they just testing them with the drivers in them?
No, it's gonna start off. It's gonna start off with drivers in them, but what they want ultimately. Because think about it, if you own a corporation, the thing that makes your corporation, which now we're getting more into the. I don't want to go too far off into politics and all that, but the thing that makes your corporation run are employees. If you can cut costs by getting rid of these people and maximize your money because you don't have to pay people, you're going to be fighting for that, and that's what they're doing. So they might start off like we're in the truck and we're just operating or monitoring it, but they're going to cut their costs by paying us less because they're going to say, listen, you ain't working. The truck is working. You're just monitoring. So they want to pay you less for that, and then eventually they want to get rid of you. Period. You know, why pay somebody to be in there if the truck can do everything? And it's going to give them more business because the truck is going to be running 24/7. They don't have to worry about taking a 10-hour break or, wanting to be home for family. And that's how corporations think. These big corporations, they wish we were machines. If I could be a driver for them and never complain and never have a life, only my life is to help them make money, then that's a dream come true for them. So that's why they want this so much.
Right. All right. Jackson Judah says, yo, what about starting over a overseas trucking company? Then you could travel to a foreign country of your choice and bring your little mommy along for the ride. They
For the
probably
for,
gonna pay you that overseas money too.
yeah, but the problem with at least the countries I like to go to, they don't. Those truckers don't make nothing, and I'm being serious too when I say this. They probably make about $400 to $600 a month over there.
Damn.
So all these McDonald's workers and these warehouse workers that complain about their life, man, just be happy you over here.
All right, Brian Bourne, shout out to him again, man. You might hit the lottery, bro. Thank you. Appreciate you. He say you will still need drive interface in the early stages. Right. Especially for insurance purpose. How do you put insurance on a non-driver truck?
But the thing is, see, like that's why they're coming up. They just want us out of the trucking industry, straight up. Because if you look up everything, they got electric trucks now. So guess what? That cuts out fuel. They're coming up with these self-driving trucks. The perfect truck for them is going to be a self-driving, um, where there's no driver, and electric truck where there's no more fuel. That's why these trucks can cost upwards of $350,000 because they're cutting out two major components, which is the employer or employee and the actual fuel cost. So
It come to fuckery, man. It says asking why the truck stops be having all those used condoms on the floor.
I wouldn't know about that. I'm like I said, I do my tricking internationally. So
I know that right. Shit, I know that right. Shit. But yeah, it's amazing, man. How this world is, man. Just like Brian was saying, McDonald's, they got the kiosks now where you kind of make your own order, man. I think that's real cool. And yeah, it's eliminating jobs, you know what I'm saying, at the same time. But how many times you went to McDonald's and little Kiki, she messed your order up, you know what I'm saying?
right, right.
I said extra ketchup, extra pickles, you know what I'm saying? So just like with the trucks, man, I mean, like Jason said, man, you gotta adjust to the times, man. You know, so hell, man, if they got a automatic driving truck, then man, you gotta pick up the job at the dock where you gotta bag it up. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just that simple. You gotta own an electric truck or something, but I doubt that.
I mean, like that's where a lot of these mega carriers, that's where they're leaning. They're leaning towards that. They're leaning towards trying to get a foot in on it, like deals on a fleet of those electric trucks because they know where the industry's going. I can say I don't see this being a problem for anybody. Maybe 50 years from now, maybe yeah, because nobody said. Think about it. Me and you on a live stream right now, and people can watch this live stream from a telephone or a cell phone. So
Right.
I'm sure 50 years ago, if you would have told somebody that, they probably would have thought you were nuts. So who knows?
Shit, 50 years ago, they didn't even have the internet. You know what
That's what I'm
I'm saying?
saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Shit. I don't think they had the internet. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I
But
don't think they did. I mean, 1970. I forgot when Apple started, but
I think the first internet was like sending text messages through the fucking wires or whatever you want, satellite. I don't know. But Melvin Riddle says airplanes fly on automatic pilot, and pilots all they do is take off and land. That's true. But an airplane and a truck, that's two different things. I mean, you don't got nothing in the sky. I mean, not really, but. So yeah, I can see them doing that, but I guess that's what they'll do with the trucks, man. They probably gonna end up leaving people in those trucks and and have them do certain things. You know, like let's say you come to a red light in a truck and it's the light is out. What do the truck do? I mean, if you got somebody in it, then maybe it'll go off like beep beep, like show me what to do. You know, because it's gonna be some hiccups. There's definitely gonna be some hiccups in there. You know,
And the thing, like, I don't really compare like the airplanes so much to the trucks because you have a higher risk with a truck because at any given moment it could go haywire and you can hold up a whole highway. You know, at least with an airplane, it just come out the sky. That's it. You know, but there's
right?
still some control there. But if we're on like down where you live, man, if you're on 285 and there's a traffic jam coming up and that truck don't know what decision to make, you might run in the back of somebody's truck, somebody running back at you before you know it, you got a 30-car pileup. You know?
Hey, you made a good point. So if you got a truck driving by itself, no driver in the truck, and somebody hits your truck, what do that truck do? Keep going? Did he get his insurance information? You
You
know,
know what?
then you're gonna have jokers out there trying to rob them truck eventually.
That's that's why I be wondering, like, if there's a computer where, let's say, it hits the truck, it just automatically scans the license plate and everything, collect the data, and it's like, okay, we'll get to it later. Let's finish the load though.
Right, man. I think it's a fucking hoax, man. I don't think they ain't gonna ever come out with that stuff, man. You always gonna have a driver, man. It's just like in my business, right? I'm in the auto repair business, right? They always say, well, oh, they gonna come up with machines to fix cars one day, and nah, that shit ain't gonna never happen. You know what I'm saying? You always gotta have hands on certain things, man. And I
Even to
think,
build the car, even look how they build it. You got the machine that helps, but you still got a person there that has to set it up right. So
right, right, yeah. So I think the trucking business will still live. Shout out to Brian Bourne, man. He said automation is coming quick. Go to McDonald's kiosk now. Less cashiers, absolute. Damn, Brian Boy, appreciate you, man. He said invest in automation in all forms. It's a long-term investment that will pay off. Tech isn't and has never been backwards. Disclaimer, not financial advice. I hear you, man. So I guess automation is something you can invest in.
yeah, because you can, if you know, to be honest with you, if you want it, you can start off by investing in Uber. Get an Uber stock because they're part of that autonomous truck. You know, you can invest in all types of technology companies. You got to just get online. And like I said, I ain't trying to throw so much $1 million game out there, but if you get online and you look up companies that are invested into these self-driving equipment or autopilot, all this stuff like that, you'll find a whole bunch of forums and different companies. You might want to look into, getting into that.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of that stuff it's gonna be so expensive, man. With just like having a weed farm and stuff like that. Yeah, I go through so much red tape. The average person not gonna be able to capitalize on a lot of this stuff, man. You know, I mean, think about it. The average trucker can't afford to buy his truck. Are you talking about an electric truck? I mean, that shit gonna be probably three times the cost. What you think?
Yeah, because I mean, I'm looking online, and or last time I looked online, and it was 350,000. Now, I'm sure if this happens 20, 30, 50 years from now, then I'm sure they're gonna make it affordable, where it's gonna be a mass production, where there's just no way around it no more. Just like right now, if a person wanted to get out here and make some money as an owner operator, you can go to a truck auction, you can buy a truck for like $5,000 or $10,000 and throw another 10 into it and fix it, and you could be running that truck like $150,000 truck and making the same money as that truck driver's making. You know, so it could be, it could be the same way in the future with these electric trucks or these autonomous trucks. It could be the same thing. Maybe it starts off high right now, but then maybe it goes down to where everybody can afford it.
Yeah, but shit, man. Hey, it'll be a minute before. I guess you can get financing on it though, man. But
Oh, you man, come on, man, it's America. Everybody, listen, there's always gonna be financing. I mean, they let you finance. They'll probably let you finance a stick of gum if they could.
so what about you, man? Did you have to finance when you got in the game, or
Yeah, on that truck I did. My truck was 32,000. I put 6,000 down, but I paid my truck off in 14 months because when I got my truck, man, that truck was not the greatest. That's why I teach what I teach on my channel as far as building your truck the proper way before you start working, so that you don't have to go through what I went through. But I'm glad I paid it off, and I was able to get good almost 3.5, 4 years out of it of no problems. But unfortunately now, it's having some issues, so it's gonna be time to give the problem to somebody else. So,
all right? So what happened to all your videos on your channel, man?
yeah, that YouTube, like the YouTube rules and stuff. I'm
Yeah,
going through my videos just to make sure that I don't have any copyright problems, and also that they do meet their new requirements. Because YouTube was pulling a lot of my videos. They
they
just
was
like I
pulling them.
Yeah, I would just go right. I'd go and look for a certain video to send somebody a link to. It was gone. Like wow. So, but my videos they'll be back up. They'll be back up soon. Just the people, if they are looking at my channel, I got my truck auction videos still there. But the rest of my videos they will be back up in the coming week or so. I just need to go through and edit some things and do just make it so that they're up permanently.
All right. Shout out to Brian Bourne again. He said he gonna invent an automatic weed roller. He said y'all take his idea, he gonna sue.
That's
I'm
funny.
sure somebody got one of them out there already, man. But hey, more power to you, brother. Shout out to HD Chillin'. He said the best thing they ever did was make those trucks automatic. You got automatic, bro?
Yeah, I do. I'd prefer a manual. If you're gonna own a truck, you probably want to lean towards a manual. A lot cheaper to fix. A lot cheaper to fix.
When I hear about people, they saying they be clutches be going out all the time and stuff.
Yeah, but a clutch ain't even that expensive compared to a clutch on an automatic. Now, here comes some more information for people. A manual clutch, brand new. I'm talking about with labor. To replace it is only $1,500. To replace a clutch on an automatic transmission, just the part, no labor, just the part, is $2,200. That's no
Mm.
labor at all. It's going to take them about 5 to 6 hours to put it in there, depending on where you go. You could be walking out the door with a $2,800, $2,900 bill on an automatic. So you're almost
Now
spending
I ain't
double.
gonna lie. I'd rather pay that extra money and I had to deal with that clutch.
Well,
I
there you
ain't
go then.
lying, bro.
Everybody, hey, there you go.
You probably so used to using the clutch now. You don't want to change, huh?
Well, I mean, like I said, I drive automatic, so it's not.
Oh, you drive
I can see.
automatic.
Yeah, yeah, but see, I had to replace my clutch, and I had two things go out. I had an inertia brake, and I actually had the clutch itself. The inertia brake on a manual is only $10. It was $2,400 on my truck for a $10 piece. That was astronomically high on an automatic because it has to. The inertia brake is what releases the gears for it to switch. To go to upshift and downshift. So my inertia brake went out because I was stuck in like seventh gear. I couldn't get out. We had to get it towed. And when I did the clutch and the inertia brake and the labor, and then I had a few more parts, I got out of the shop with probably like a $7,000 bill.
Damn.
So
So you sound a little knowledgeable about the mechanic part, and I be hearing you talking about that on your channel too. So you used to work on motors or something?
no, I just studied a lot of them because if you're gonna get out here, like my suggestion, if you want to get out here and you want to make money, you got to know what you're driving because when you go to these repair shops, you don't want to be in a repair shop where a guy is not a mechanic, he's more of a tech. So all he's doing is wasting time trying to find the problem and charging you at the same time. You know, when you
Right.
understand your motor, you're gonna know when you have problems. You're gonna know, and when you get to the shop, you can identify it with them and get right to it instead of them just lollygagging around and throwing an extra $300-400 on the bill. So,
Right. You at least act like you know what the hell going on.
right.
So what about you mentioned something about the truck auction. Is that's something you would suggest to somebody just starting out? Or what?
Yeah, if they got the money, if they got like 20 grand or something, or 25, and they don't want to get financed. You know what I'm saying? I recommend you can go to some of these truck auctions. Um, they got a lot in your area, in the Atlanta area. They got truck auctions a lot down there, at least like 4 or 5 a year. Um, but most of the time, you go to these truck auctions, you can get you a truck for like 20 grand that's already even had a motor rebuilt in it already, have paperwork on it and everything. And so all you got to do is do the little things to make sure it's load ready, which will cost you what, another like 2 to 5 to maybe 6,000, and then you got a truck that's gonna be out here making you money
All right.
compared to putting 5 or 10,000 down on the truck, and then you got a $60,000 loan that you got to pay back. So now you got the loan plus whatever maintenance comes up and all this overhead that keeps building. You know, you just go to the auction, get the right truck, or just buy a truck cash. Just you can get on truckpaper.com and you can buy a truck cash somewhere, and you'll be a foot ahead of everybody.
All right. Cool. Cool. So yeah, man. So most definitely, guys. If y'all watching the video, man, I got a link to his YouTube channel, and I'm gonna put another one up now. Make sure y'all go over there and subscribe. If you're not into trucking, then just tell a friend. You know, somebody, maybe somebody young they want to get into business, or somebody that's already in the business. Cause I mean, I know you have a lot of truckers on y'all page, man, and y'all be chopping it up. And I be listening in sometimes, even though I ain't a trucker, I be liking what you be talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because at one
Right.
point I was wanting to invest in the business also. And that's another thing too. Like if you don't want to drive, you can invest. You know, you hook up with a good brother like this, maybe y'all could do something. Maybe they could throw some
So,
cash at you and y'all get something going.
right? Because some people do that. They just come together. Two brains come together, and they'll just start a small trucking company. You know, and because I mean, like I think of it like this: it's easier if you have experience. But if you got somebody who got experience and another guy's got money, boom, you can make something happen.
Most definitely, most definitely. So, yeah, y'all make sure y'all go over there and subscribe to that page, man. Check the brother out. Uh, you do some talking about traveling over there too, right?
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, when the videos come back up, I have like international podcasts that I do, and I have obviously my videos where they can watch me, as I traveled in the Philippines and show them, the good spots to eat, stuff like that.
Okay. Shout out to HD Chillin', man. He said, "What's the best state for truck driving?"
Texas, no brainer. Texas, most
Really?
friendly trucking state. Yes, because you can. It's the most friendly trucking state. Big
Why? Because you can hit
roads.
West Coast and East Coast.
Yeah, I mean, and everything's wide open. Like you got big roads. I mean, you got 2 lane highways that's 75 miles an hour. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, Texas love truckers,
So,
and
what's the
it's
most
not hard.
dangerous trucking area?
Ooh, I would say anywhere there where there's mountains. Like if you go up there, like Wyoming, Idaho area. If you're up there in the mountains of California or the ones over here on 70, anywhere where there's mountains, it's dangerous because you could run into a storm at any a snowstorm at any given minute, and then you got people that don't know how to drive, so they might run into you. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you ever drove through like Tennessee and all that Virginia area, man?
Yeah, I mean, but that's the only time it's dangerous is when you got like the black ice, and that don't come till like February, and I'm gonna be chilling in the Philippines by then, so it don't matter.
Right. Because I always hear a lot of guys they talk about the Smoky Mountain area in Tennessee, and they be telling these trucker stories and stuff. Man, I was coming through there, my brakes stopped working.
Well, one thing I'm gonna tell you about truckers, everybody got a story. That's the thing I learned. Everybody got a story. I've heard a guy was coming through Downers Pass over here on the West Coast, supposedly, and he came down the mountain the whole way with the trailer on the left side. So I done
Hmm.
heard, I heard all kinds of crazy stories.
Yeah, guy, it seems like from year to year, man, the story get bigger and bigger. And you know how folks get into it, man. But yeah, man. So make sure y'all check him out. HT Logistic 3434. I'm gonna put the link in again. And we're rolling up on the hour. I usually try to keep the things at an hour. So I want you to talk about your traveling a little more before we get out of here, man. What some countries you been to, brother?
Been to Dominican Republic. Um, I've been to Colombia. I haven't been to Brazil, but I used to want to go. But I guess it's too late now. I got a woman, and as they say, you can't bring sand to the beach. So um, I've been to obviously the Philippines. I've been to China, Canada, um, Korea. And Korea. I've been to South Korea.
All right, what you was doing in Korea, man? You was in the military or something?
No, no, I just was over there. I I was really not even supposed to be there. I was over there for a layover. The layover, the plane that we were supposed to take off in, they didn't. They had like a 24-hour notice thing. Ended up turning into almost 3 days. So I just went out and I got me a hotel and I just spent my time in Korea. This is back before I was hooked up with my woman, but I had a fun time over there. So I got to do some more trucking, tricking, and traveling.
Look at
In
this shit
Korea.
right here, man. Look at this shit. You see this? You see
Yes, I
what I got to
did.
deal
Yeah,
with,
yeah,
man?
yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna tell them go to Vegas. Go to Vegas. Just go to Vegas.
This is what I got to deal with over here, man.
At least if you go to Vegas, you won't get in trouble for it. So
Yo, so what's the best truck that have Peterbilt, Mack, or Freightliner? Before you answer that, from what I heard, the Freightliners are trash. Now, is that true?
uh, they're just the cheapest. Freightliner is the cheapest. You know, Um, if you now, I know this is a wide open question, but I'm gonna put it like this: if money is not, and if that's not a problem in your life, and you just want to get into trucking because you want to get on the highway and listen to the turbo whistle while you just, blowing everybody's doors off, then you're probably gonna want the Peterbilt. The Peterbilt, you're gonna have normally a pretty solid motor with a Cat or a Cummins motor. You're gonna have the air ride suspension. I know you got that on Volvo too, and you can get that on Mac, but you just got the classic. Like there's a Peterbilt just pulled in right now. This dude just pulled in right now. They're just always fun to look at. Everybody's gonna think you got money out the yin yang. It's just what it is. It's just a reputation that people love to have with a Peterbilt.
Shout out to Ace Live, man. What's up, brother? I thought you was doing your live over there. Um, so hey, yeah, I had a question for you, man. So what's the best way? And this is probably the most important question. What's the best way for somebody to get their CDLs, man? Because I know they charge out the ass for them damn CDL classes.
You can look up. You can go online in your area wherever you live. Some you can get through a community college. They will actually give you like a grant. You can go get your CDL for free from a community college, but they might take longer than normal. Another option is if you don't want to pay and you don't mind working for a company for a year, you can find all kinds of carriers online. Just Google that. And there's a lot of carriers that'll come up and they'll pay for your school. They'll actually train you, give you the CDL, and then the contract though you have to work for a year with them.
Now, by you doing that route, will you probably lose money that first year versus you paying out your pocket
Yeah,
and getting
probably
your own
because
line?
yeah, because they'll probably pay you less. They'll pay you less per mile because they're taking it off the top from what you owe. So that like if it was me, trucking school, the average trucking school is between 2,500 and 5,000. I would just get finance. You don't need a high credit score to get finance for that because they know it's kind of a secure loan. They know you're going to get a job with it. So I would just go and just get finance and then have an option to choose wherever I want to work. Because what if you can get a job that pays 45 cents a mile compared to getting a job that only pays 30 cents a mile because you're tied to them in a contract?
Right,
Mm.
right. So you know how it is, man. Black folk, they be looking at that free shit.
Yeah, that's why everybody loves leasing. That's why they love leasing trucks because you know how black people are. You put a sign up that says no money down, they don't even ask questions. They already got the pen in hand and everything.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, man. They going out and buying them Dodge Chargers, man.
So
They giving them brothers Dodge Chargers and challenges away like ice cream around here. They was giving the 300s away, but they stopped riding 300. They riding them
see,
Chargers.
that's gonna be my next car when cause
What
I
the
got an
Chargers?
Audi. Yeah, no, the 300. Cause I got an
Oh,
Audi right
300.
now. I mean, I'm not feeling this Audi no more, man. I'm just, I mean, unless you change the air suspension to like hydraulic, man, that car just gonna break you, man. That German engineering, man. I don't know what. It's like they designed it for a money pit. So,
She got an A6,
I got a A8. It's a
A8.
'06 though, not a new one. It's a '06. But I'm thinking about, you know, I might hold on to it a little bit longer, but I'm definitely thinking about getting the 300 because you can get the 300s cheap now.
The damn transmission on that car, you talking about more than your truck. I
Well, I mean,
guarantee you.
like, which one, the Audi or the 300?
The Audi.
Oh yeah, yes sir. Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. That's why a lot of them when they go out, you see them in the junkyard.
Right. I know a guy got a European repair place that do the cars and stuff, man. And some of them Audis, man, them folk be paying $4,000 or $5,000 to get that stuff replaced, man.
Oh no, man. I go to truck auction before I pay for that.
Right.
I go get a truck auction, get a truck, put a driver in there before I'm about to drop a transmission like that in that car. So,
you know what's so crazy though? I got a family member of mine, and he had a Chrysler 300. He had to pay for cash. He drives
mhm,
truck. So he wrecked this truck. I mean, his car, totaled it out. So he got like 24 grand back, right?
mhm.
I said, hey man, let's invest in a truck for you. I said, I give you half, you put half, and we'll hold the nest egg. We'll keep the rest. You know what he went and done?
What do you do?
He went and got him another Chrysler 300
Oh
and
my
went
goodness.
to work on Monday. But that's just the mentality of some people, man. They don't never want to do for self, man. They just want to,
You know,
clock in.
also too, it seemed like especially with our community as his brothers, it seemed like we rather look like we got money than actually have the money. I don't know what it is like.
Oh, right,
Cause I know a guy right now. He's a Caucasian male, and this guy, you would look at this guy, and you would think, man, this dude, he must just been working hard his whole life. He ain't got nothing. He drive this old busted truck. This dude's a millionaire, you know.
right,
But then you got the guy rolling around with the new Cadillac that's $70,000 or something like that, or even now the Escalades now is 100,000. But you looking at him with the shining and styling and profiling, you thinking, man, you doing it, man, you doing it, man. And this man is in debt up to his eyeball.
right. What do you think about Uber getting in the truck? And when Uber, that's the automated trucks, right? That's what you talking about.
No, I think he's
Oh,
talking
they
about
got
the
drivers.
brokerage. Like they have
Oh,
their own.
really?
It's called yeah. Uber Freight pays pretty good actually. I'm not gonna hate on them all the way because I've taken some loads that Uber has offered, and they're paying more than just the general market. So I can't really hate on Uber too much because they do pay pretty good, and they
But
have a
they
lot of good
probably doing
routes.
that to get good in the business.
No, but that's the thing. See, this is what a lot of people sleep on with Uber. Uber has contracts that they're taking from other marketplaces, but they're providing it to you. Like if you have your own authority, you know how people say it's hard to get a customer out here. Well, that's okay because if you got a connection with Uber, they could assign you on an actual contract that they're on. Like for example, I did the Walmart for 3 or 4 months, and I wasn't doing nothing. I was only driving 200 miles a day, and I was taking home almost $800 a day. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
But it was through Uber. It wasn't through Walmart. I had to be a carrier for Uber. So that's why I'm not gonna hate on them too much. But yes, there are times where Uber they want you to be literally taking loads for virtually fuel money, and that ain't gonna happen.
$800 a day, man. Shit, you need to keep doing that.
Well, I mean, it eventually it dried up, but like because it's short term. But that's the thing, you know, when you take advantage of things like that, like because you, if it, like for example, for me and you to go out and get a contract, man, we'd be looking for at least a good 30 to 60 days because they're gonna test us first, but they're not gonna give us a contract. They're gonna make us go through the brokers. But with Uber, boom, you're on. You sign up with them. Oh, this is in your area. This is what's going on. Boom, you're on.
All right, I got a little question right here. What do you think about hot shots?
They make money too, and but they're just more. It's more of a higher upfront cost. Like for example, those 1 ton dualies and that flatbed, you might be looking at like $40,000. You know, between 30 and 40. You can get a semi truck and a trailer for less than 20,000. So I mean, you can buy a refrigerated trailer. You know the trailers that hold the ice cream and the produce.
All
You can
right,
go to auction and buy one of them trailers for 6,000, $7,000. But yet a 37-foot gooseneck flatbed or something like that, they're selling that for like 12, $15,000.
and then
So
you'll get less miles with that dually, right? You won't get you probably would get about 400,000 maybe.
yeah, I think they go up to a half a million, 500. And with the right truck, you rebuild your truck, you get another million. That's 10 years driving. 8 years if you driving 150,000 miles a year, which I don't know if that's even possible. But you know, you got 10 years ahead of you, and then you can make a decision what you want to do. You know.
Right. Yeah, and I heard that market is saturated now, man, especially in the Atlanta area. Everybody and their mama want to drive a dually and a flatbed and a box truck. Like,
Because you guys, yeah, because you guys got more opportunity in the bigger metropolitan areas. Like you don't have to just drive a semi. You can drive like there's guys down there that want to get on mail contracts, but see they understand that. They understand that it's high competition. So these guys think they think they're doing good, but they would do better in the semi. You know, if just with my opinion.
a lot of them guys they don't have that proper CDL licenses, right? Like the classification.
Yeah, because I know in some hot shot like if you leased on to a hot shot company, a class A is not required. There's a lot of companies you don't need a class A. I call them what you call I call them what RV haulers. If you want to haul like RVs and stuff like that, you don't need a CDL for that.
Oh, okay. Cool, man. Well, I'm not gonna hold you all night, man. I appreciate you coming on the show. And once again, I'm gonna put the brother link on, and y'all make sure y'all go and subscribe. And he'll have his. I guess you're gonna have your videos back up in a minute.
Yeah, probably another week or two. But I know a lot of people they like those truck auctions, so those are up right now. Like I said, I'm just trying to sort through the videos because there's some videos I'm not gonna re-upload, ones that there's really no information or nothing on it. But yeah, anytime they can check out two series, the low ready series and the class session series. That's gonna educate them, and then that's gonna make them make a better decision on whether they want to do this or not.
All right, I see you got like taxes and write-offs. So you basically you do your own taxes and everything too?
Well, I mean, I have an accountant, but I itemize everything myself. She just filed it for me. But I was teaching in that particular video. I was trying to teach people what they can write off because a lot of guys leave money on the table because they just don't know no better. Like per diem was a big one. A lot of guys will have somebody do their taxes, and they're like, "Wait a minute, why do I owe so much money?" Because that accountant didn't account for per diem.
Yeah, they just be worrying about what they making at the end. I
Exactly.
need I need all my deductions. Shit,
Yeah.
every
Because
last one of 'em.
you gotta remember like this: the government has no problem taking your money, but it's like pulling teeth trying to get your money back. So
So when you do your taxes, do you actually get money back, or you end up just paying, or you try to break even with it?
I try. My goal is to always break even, but sometimes if the only way you get money back, you have to pay in. If you pay in more than your deductions come up, then you get a refund. You're issued a refund. But most of the time, I try to break even or owe very, very little, like very little, at the end of the year. Like for example, after the end, like I'm doing my taxes actually now. I'm adding all my deductions up now. It's looking like I'm probably gonna owe $800 or $900, to make it break even. But
Yeah, and
I
sometimes
paid
it's
through a
good to pay a little bit. That way
yeah,
your uncle Sam feel like he making money off.
exactly, exactly. But I paid throughout the year so that when April comes, I'm not slammed with a $8,000 tax bill or something. Something crazy where a lot of guys, and this is where that's another reason why a lot of guys go out of business. They cannot sustain all that. They don't make money throughout the year. They don't know how to deduct or
Too much
calculate
tricking.
what's yeah. But that's a write off too. Tricking's a write off too. No, I was just playing.
Like,
But
yo, I said West Union. I sent money West Union every month on top of the month.
But that's mainly why a lot of guys get confused. They just don't keep track of stuff, or they don't realize they're overspending with the profit. They're overspending, and then that's where Uncle Sam come knocking because the IRS is like it's like dealing with the mafia. They're gonna get theirs.
Oh yeah, for sure. Gasoline tankers is the best business to be in.
Um, I wouldn't say so. I mean, there's a lot of guys. There's a lot of guys in your area around the South and Atlanta area. They haul fuel, and they say they don't really make that much as a company driver. You
Really?
know. Yeah.
Oh, they always
Do
made more.
no, because like it's just gasoline. If you want to make money, you need to haul something a little bit more important, like food stuff, food product, excuse me, food product or something like that.
Yeah, having a refrigerated trailer.
Either that or like you haul oil, not motor oil, but I'm talking about like corn oil, stuff like that. That pays more than gasoline.
Yeah.
Because that's going to factories for like mass production. That's where we get our ketchup and all our condiments and all this crazy stuff.
All right, Jackie Allison is saying truck dump driving dump trucks in Orlando is big. I know it's big in Atlanta too, but from what I'm hearing, it's seasonal though.
See, like for me, if I could get a regular job, that's the job I would get. I would get like a dump truck because I would take the winter off and be over in the Philippines doing what I do. Because you can get unemployment while you're off. You can file and they'll pay you unemployment while you're off. So why not be over there? You already did the trucking part. Now you can start doing the tricking part and the traveling. So
Right,
you
right.
can go over there.
All right, hazmat endorsements, good to have.
Yes and no. For some companies, like I'll tell you this right now for everybody watching, if they are interested in getting into trucking, but they feel like they ain't gonna be able to save a lot of money for a truck, they need to get something called a 1099 job. Now, that hazmat that he's talking about, if you get a 1099 job, which means you're still a company driver, but they pay you as an independent contractor, you're gonna have much more what you call it, you're gonna have much more chance of making more money, take home money. But with a hazmat, you can start off at 65 cents a mile, and there's guys that have that and they're averaging like 2,000 to $2,500 a week with that, 1099 job with a hazmat. I'm sorry, but if you can work that kind of job, man, after a year, you can probably have two trucks if you want. you know.
Mm. Okay, then, brother. I appreciate you coming on, man. Any last words you want to tell the people about your channel and everything?
Well, I mean, I appreciate you having me. The only thing I recommend is, when the videos come back and people want to, watch the videos, I encourage them to actually watch the videos or listen to the videos and then take down notes and stuff. Don't watch just a few videos and think they know everything because all my videos, that's why I told them about the class in session and the low ready series because those two series is pretty much what will complete you as a businessman in trucking. It will help you make the right decisions about being patient, about having your money right, having a structured business plan, and then you can pretty much start flying from there.
You got one of my truckers right here. All right, this Ron right here, Ron Dunn. Shout out to him. He's an owner operator too, man. He be in Texas too, man.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, Ron Dunn. Ron Dunn do it big when he go on vacation, bro. He said, "Man, I work hard, Richie Rich, man. I work hard. I'm finna treat myself. I'm flying first class, everything." So yeah, shout out to Ron Dunn, man. So I talk to him from time to time. He be telling me about the trucking business too. So I like hearing about the trucking business, man, because it's so many brothers out here making great amount of money, man. That you can't go on no jobs, regular jobs, make this kind of money, man. A lot of people don't want to make that sacrifice, man, and get out there and hustle like you guys do. And I salute to you guys, man, because it's hard work out there.
I I just wanted to say something real quick. I just kind of peeked in your chat. Okay, you're the guy here, Brian Bourne. He was talking about the 1099 can be dangerous if you can't manage your taxes. Now, my response to that, that's why I tell people to get a 1099, so that when they're ready to move forward and advance themselves and get their own truck, that's a big problem that they're not going to have is with the IRS because they're going to know how to pay their taxes. And the reason why I see a lot of people they go like I don't know if around your area you'll see a trucking company and then 2 years later you don't hear from them no more.
Yeah,
That's why. That's why because they don't know they get in trouble with the IRS, and then they owe so much money. They throw that interest on top of that. They can't come out of that. They have too much overhead where they don't have enough left over where they can even pay the current tax bill and the past due. So that therefore they just close it up. And that's one of the biggest problems. But when you take on a 1099 job, you have to pay your own taxes. That is actually a big plus for you in your business and money management and development. That's why I recommend people do
Ron Dunn said he in Texas now. I think he goes
it.
close to it might be El Paso. Is that
oh yeah,
what part of
he's
Mexico is that?
Juarez.
I forgot the part he goes to, man. Maybe he'll type it on here, but I know he make a run from ATL to Texas, I think twice a week. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Brothers could do well in trucking. Absolutely. So y'all watching the show, man. If y'all watching the replay, if you're a trucker, man, make sure you subscribe to this page. If you're not a trucker, subscribe to this page. If you know somebody that want to get in, subscribe to this page, man, because we got good information. And I'm not a truck driver. And I'll listen to some of your shows, because I like when people talk positive about making money. And that's what it's all about.
Yes, sir.
Laredo. Okay, Laredo, Texas. That's where you go through. Yeah. But all
Yes,
right, man.
he's way down. He's definitely down there by Mexico.
Right. Shit. But hey, man, I ain't gonna hold you up, man. I know you got things to do. You probably gotta get you some rest tonight, right?
Yeah, get a little bit, and then I'm back at it. so,
Okay, then, brother. Be safe out there, man. And yeah, I look at truck drivers as military people, man. Appreciate your service. But without
all
y'all
right.
truckers, man, you won't be able to eat breakfast in the goddamn morning. Won't be able to crank that car. None of that
All right.
shit, man. Everything run off trucking, man. Shit. So you have a good night, bro.
All right. Thank you. And I appreciate you having me.
All right. Salute.
All right.